Hey, welcome to Momentarily Speaking with me, Isha Anavaz. On this channel, we're going to focus on self care, nutrition, and mindset growth. We will feel well, move well, and live well on this channel. Let's build a stronger, more intentional us, one moment at a time. Thank you for watching. I've got a secret for you today. I promise you're not going to want to not watch this video because I'm telling you this. I'm not telling you this because I want you to hit like, subscribe and comment. I'm telling you this because I care about you. But there is a system that I discovered while I've been studying for us, okay, dear classmates. There's a system that was developed that breaks down for us how this whole food item such as this apple can turn into a toxic food item for our metabolic health. And if you're interested in knowing, stick around because I'm going to make this as short as possible. But the information that you learn today, you're going to be able to use when you go to the grocery store, when you're trying to make food choices, because it is important to know how do we get from whole foods to a toxic food item. Okay, so what is this system that I'm going to talk to you about today? The system is called Nova Classification System. But before I talk to you about that system, I want you to know that it was developed by Carlos Montero, a fellow Latin American. Woohoo! Represent, represent. Okay, so Carlos Montero developed this system. They basically developed a way for us to determine how the apple can be whole foods, which right now I'm looking at class one. So class one is when the apple is whole. It has not been touched by human. It comes straight from the ground. Now class two, check this out. We are getting active today, my friends. Mi gente, we are getting active today. This would be considered class two because I, a human being, have touched it. It is no longer Whole Foods, it is now class two. Class three would be when I turn this into applesauce, not with sugar, but just from the whole to class three, I turn it into applesauce with no added sugar. Class four, however, is when I make an apple pie. And class four is considered the class that is the dangerous class on any food item because of ding 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 of the added sugar and the extraction of fiber. Now don't take my word for it, okay? But when it gets to class four, Dr. Robert Lustig, who gave me this example, by the way. He didn't give it to me, he gave it to a bunch of people that were watching the video, but I'm just going to say he gave me this little lesson, okay? And I'm sharing the lesson to you. So Dr. Robert Lustig said that when an item goes from whole foods to class one to class four, guess what? Now you're messing around with chronic diseases because the item has added sugar and it's taken away fiber. So remember on my last video when I was talking about the importance of macros and how macros, you can put in good macros and not so good macros in your body. This is why it's important for you and I, every time that we go to the store to purchase food for our body, because remember, this channel is about fueling our body. Every time we go out, we must be conscious about what we are eating. You know, I have to add this in here. I had the privilege to go to Ecuador a couple of years back with my kids when they were younger. What I found so interesting, you guys, was when you go to the market and you go to the grocery store, there is lines and lines and lines of Whole Foods. And I mean, like, when you go to our regular, food stores and grocery store, and we go in and there's just a section for vegetables. No, no, no. In South America, in Ecuador, and fruits, things that I had never seen in my life. Check this out. I get these purple, I know this looks bad. Okay, I know what it looks like. Just don't don't go there, okay? But I get these purple potatoes at Sprouts, okay? We're talking, I saw potatoes of all kinds of colors, fruits that I had never seen in my life. What I'm trying to say is that is how they naturally eat. For the most part, the whole foods, right? Our beautiful country of the United States and the Western world, we are getting away from eating whole foods. Now, we can't be perfect because at some point you're going to have to get something that's been touched by a human. But if you get something that's been touched by a human, get it more in class 1, class 2, and class 3 than class 4. So, since I am not a doctor, I am going to link down below Carlos Montero's Nova system, okay, to actually help you make better choices. That's what I wanted to share with you today. I hope that you learned something today that you can take on for the rest of the day and for the rest of the year. Hell, we deserve it. We deserve it. So, get going. You got this. And remember, no matter where you're at, what's happening to you right now, you can always start today. Love you. God bless. Bye.